So in previous video we have added two numbers, but that numbers were static value. That means we have just assigned some random value to integer 1, assigned a random value to integer 2 and perform addition. Now in this program we are going to take input from the user. So first thing I have to mention is to put some instruction, to put some message so that user get to know what I have to do. I have to do enter value. So first thing is I have to put one message. What type of message? The message is enter first number. Okay. So this is kind of a prompt message. Prompt message that will notify the user what that action needs to be done by the user. So enter first number. So user will enter number. Now whenever user will enter a number, that number should be stored into particular variable. Okay, this will make some sense, otherwise it is a nonsense, but obviously. So to read value from user, we have another library function, that is scanf function, and this function has a two argument. The first argument is format control string, and the second one is a name of variable preceded by ampersand, where the data needs to be stored. So what does this scanf function will do is, the first argument will tell the user what kind of value needs to be entered by user, and the second argument will tell the computer where their data data needs to be stored. So in our example, for example, user have entered 45. Okay, 45, but obviously it is integer type, so that's why we have used %d. Over here you can see that integer 1 is declared as an integer data type. That's why we have to use it %d. We cannot use another conversion specifier, for example %f or %, okay, like this. So now user has entered value 45, but how your computer does know where to store? So the answer is integer 1, but we have to fetch address of this variable. We have to but obviously variable is just a label to a memory portion where our data needs to be stored. Okay, so 45 is our data and we need to store it. We have labeled the memory portion it as an integer 1, but how do we get address of that variable? So the answer is your ampersand sign, that is also known as address operator. It is also called as a address operator. Whenever there is address operator followed by integer 1, that means your computer will get address of that particular variable and store the data at that memory location. Okay, so till now let's just save it, compile and run. Okay, what we have done is expected semicolon before closing token. Okay, we forgot to put semicolon over here. Control S, compile and run. So enter first number. Your program is hold until user enters value 45. Okay, so what happens? Your first number is stored into integer 1. Okay, now what? We have just get one value. So printf, user needs to enter second value, enter second enter second number. Okay, so now to read and store second number, we use scanf function. What kind of data your user needs to enter? So the answer is integer type. That's why we have to use %d. And second argument, where to store this data? So the answer is integer to variable. But is it enough? No, variable name should be preceded by address operator. Okay, so your computer will get to know your address of variable 2. Now let's just assume that a user has entered number and which is stored in integer 1. User has entered second number which is stored in integer 2. But now how we will get to know that whether our value is stored successfully or not? So that's why we have to cross check it. So for that, just to take another printf statement, and in this your first value is, now your first value is, and there should be number. Okay, so that's why we have to use %d. After that, \n to go for next line, and second number is %d. Now what? This is your first argument, printf function. Now look, over here I have just mentioned one argument which is of a character string. Okay, this is just a simple message. But in this printf statement, I am using two argumented function. The first argument, it is a combination of a message and this conversion specifier. Okay, now second argument is integer 1, integer 2. Second argument is a list of a variable that needs to be printed. Okay, so this is, let's check it. Okay, we got some error. Undefined reference to printf. Your first value is %d. Undefined reference to printf. Okay, what we have done is, I just forgot to put t over here. This is a common mistake that usually students do. Okay, program is compiled successfully. Enter first number 45, enter second number 50. Now you can see that your first value is 45. Yes, our first value is 45 and second number is 50. Okay, that's why we have stored value successfully. So finally our values are stored successfully in appropriate variable. So now I am going to just add this variable's value. So this is first variable is integer 1 plus integer 2. Don't forget to put semicolon. Enter. Now whether our addition is performed or not, that further I have to check it out, cross check it. Printf sum is. Now sum is, after that there should be a value of some variable. So there has to be %d, and our second argument is a variable name whose data will be printed over here. Okay, so Control S, compile and run. Enter first number, let's say 50, second number 55. So your first value is 50, your second number is 55. I have to just add backslash and that is new line characters. Control S, compile and run. First number 45, 55 second number, and okay, you got your answer. First value is 45, second value is 55, and sum is 100. So we have successfully executed our first program in which we have to take input from the user and we have to apply appropriate arithmetic operation. Okay. One thing I added to is this. Over here you can see that just to declare type, we have used 3 lines, but you can do these things. For example, just remove and add integer 1, comma, integer 2, comma, sum. Okay. Integer 1, integer 2 and sum. This is also a valid. You can declare multiple variable names of having same data type. For example, integer 1, integer 2 and integer and sum. These all are of integer type. But even single variable is of different type, then you cannot mention over here. You have to need a separate statement for that. Just check it whether it is correct or not. Okay, it is correct. 45, 55, and you got your answer, that is 100. Okay, so hope you guys understood it well. Thanks for watching. And yeah, don't remember that practice makes mind perfect. So just practice it. Whatever portion you learn, just write it down, code. There are many practice examples. You can Google or you can just generate a multiplication table of any number. You can code a simple calculator program. For example, I have taken these two numbers, okay, and we have performed summation, that is addition operation. Okay, now your assignment is to perform other operation in this value itself. That means other operation are a subtraction, division, and multiplication. Okay, so this will just work as a simple calculator. So this is your assignment. Hope you will do it, and I am sure you will get to learn more. And you cannot just learn programming by just watching a video. You have to practice it. Okay, so well, thank you.